Dear participants, welcome to Kalve Coffee Investor Webinar. My name is Ieva Unda, I'm from NASDAQ and I'll be moderating today's event. We will start with company's presentation and continue with a live Q&A session. Throughout the webinar, you're welcome to ask questions to the company. Please submit them in writing through the Q&A window below the presentation. For your convenience, we will be recording this session and replay will be available shortly after the call. Let me now introduce you to the management of Kalve Coffee. Kalve's co-founder and CEO Gatis Zeimans and company's CFO Jānis Viestas-Zegners. We will also be joined by Kalve's main green coffee supplier, Alan Botrel from Sun Coffee in Brazil. Gentlemen, please, the floor is all yours.
Hello, everyone. It's nice to be here. Thank you for NASDAQ for hosting the webinar, and we are excited to tell you our story. So let's begin. Of course, disclaimer: this is not recommendation to invest. You have to make your own decisions, and you can find all necessary information on our web page, where it's published everything, included information document. Let's start with the name numbers from our point of view. And the first number is 2019. We are in the market actively working since this year, and though a company was developed in 2017, and as we call these 2 years for us was the garage period, where we developed our concept, the way how we will roast coffee, how we will buy the green coffee, and what will be our values and way of work. And despite that company is quite new. We have our managing team has more than 10 years experience in the coffee market, which takes all kind of fields, which is including Horeca, OCS coffee concept, roasting, etc. One of the most important numbers for investors could be 60,000 kgs. This is capacity of production in one shift per month. So it means that we in the last 2 years we developed quite a significant specialty coffee roastery. At the moment we are roasting around 15% of this capacity. It means that every next 1,000 kgs makes us more efficient. Just to give a way to understand how much is it, in Latvia the biggest coffee drink seller, which is huge gas station chain, sells around 8,000 kgs per month. Next important number is 250. It's relatively small or big, but this is amount of our B2B every month clients, which are buying from us green coffee, roasted coffee, or buying service or equipment or all concept together. We wanted to mention this number because till this day we had quite passive sales, and most of these clients came from our good reputation and actually from mouth to mouth. Then you can see some logos, and I will explain a little bit about them. So first is B Corp certification. We are really happy that we are first Baltic company to have this certification. I will get back to that in next slides. The next one is Roast Masters second place in 2019. We get second place as a second best specialty coffee roaster in Europe. It means that we have the knowledge to roast coffee to be competitive in international markets. Next one is organic certified roastery. So we are able to roast organic coffees. We are part of Specialty Coffee Association, which is association who regulates the standards of specialty coffee market. We are part of direct trade, so it means that we are working not through the middleman or with the commodity coffee stock exchange, but we are working directly with the farmers. And last one is WBC. So we are representatives in the World Brisk Championships as well. So the idea why we decided to roast the coffee, me and Raymond, we are co-founders of the company, and we really love coffee, and especially we love specialty coffee, and we saw that there's like huge gap between these two cultures, which is commodity coffee or traditional coffee and specialty coffee, and we wanted to bring these two cultures together, and we see there's quite huge business potential. So we took best parts of both of these industries and combined that and developed our company. And the idea is to develop kind of new age, new generation coffee production company, and with a business principle where all stakeholders are beneficial, not only shareholders. And we believe that we can influence the coffee industry locally and hopefully in the future globally as well. About founders, my responsibility is CEO, and my responsibility is just to see the whole picture, the coffee market as a whole, because I have the quite big experience in Horeca segment, and we think that I have the understanding where market is going. But I want to talk more about Raimonds, and Raimonds is well-known coffee professional around the world. So he's a WBC representative. It means that he's certified to judge World Brisk Championship finals. It means that we have the skill set to bring the best knowledge, technologies, and tendencies back to our home, to our roastery, to our coffee shops. And Raimonds is green coffee like evaluator. So it means that he can evaluate coffee, having the knowledge, and it helps us, of course, to buy the best green coffee. And the third founder is Jānis Andersons, who is responsible for everything, how we look. So we're really happy in the future, in the start of our company, that we didn't have a lot of money, and we asked Jānis, do you want to become a shareholder? So, and we are really happy for that. So I'm talking about specialty coffee, commercial coffee. So these are the main points with the differences. Kalve Coffee is working only with specialty coffee. Specialty coffee means that you have to get to some specific quality standards. So in SCA, it means that you have to have 80 plus points of which is objective taste quality points. So it means that we have to source coffee directly from farms, and we have to know how farmers are treating the plant, the environment, and etc. And it means that all the coffees we are working with are fully transparent. You can see all the coffee waste. So it means we know that region, we know the farmer, we know the variety of the tree, we know the process, and actually we know everything about this coffee. And the main thing is that when you put a lot of intention on the processing and producing coffee, so it means you will get really good quality in the coffee cup. If we talk about commercial coffee, so usually these quality standards is below 80 points, and you can feel the difference in the coffee cup. These coffees are sold in the stock exchange. It means that actually farmers getting not the fixed amount of coffee price, which is at the moment in the stock exchange. For example, today the price for 1 kg is around 5.8 euros per kg. So it's like really high price, and it means the farmer gets maybe half of that. So the difference between specialty coffee that we used to pay price which are like 2 to even 8 times more for the green coffee. So it means that and all this coffee goes to farmer. Usually these coffees are not traceable to the specific region, and of course quality of the drink is very poor. Regarding our business model, we have quite diverse business model. There are two main parts, which is B2B, which holds around 45% of revenue last year, and our main business is roasting the coffee. So we offer wholesale, we offer private label coffees, and we are offering not only coffee, but the coffee equipment for HoReCa, for OCS segment, for drinking out of home in convenience stores and hotels, and etc. Next segment is B2C. So these are our coffee shops. At the moment, we have 4 coffee shops in Riga. During next 2 to 3 weeks, we will open our 5th coffee shop in Riga, in Valdemar Street. And of course, coffee shops works for brand recognition, and actually it's not only coffee shop where you can drink the coffee drinks and buy some snacks or pastries, but actually it works like a shop as well. 30% of turnover in coffee shops is actually the coffee shop where we are selling the coffee beans, and we offer the service to grind on demand coffee as well. And of course, we see in the future this is the big part of the business as well. So that's why last year in December we opened the first coffee shop outside of Baltic states, together with the partners in Germany, in Düsseldorf, with the main idea to understand how our coffee concept works in a bigger, more conservative market. And the good thing is that everything goes well, and the coffee culture there is ready for concepts like these. And of course, e-commerce. At the moment, e-commerce part is quite small. It's around 3% of our revenue, but we see that there's one of the biggest potentials in the future. And this is easier scalable business, not the volume side, but from the point of geography as well. Regarding our espresso rooms, this is the concept how we call our coffee shop. These are small, convenient coffee shops, up to 25 sitting places, and the idea is to make effective coffee shop where at least the most, like for example, 2 baristas can provide good service to 25 person. One really important number what I want to share with you regarding espresso rooms is turnover on a square meter, and this is quite high numbers. We are aiming to get to the 1,000 euros per square meter, and at the moment it's the turnover is between 800 euros till 1,000 euros per square meter in coffee shop. The next concept is a living room, so we will open that just in a few weeks in Riga, but we see this will be only here in Latvia. Regarding roastery, so we have developed quite good roastery, which is located in Jaunmārupe. We have 700 square meters. So we have 3 different size of roasting equipment. So it gives us better. We are able to roast for different concepts, for high with the bigger volumes for big customers, and with the small ones, so we can develop better our roasting profiles, and actually we are able to roast some specific or high-end or exclusive coffees. These are some examples of private labels. We are offering not only to source the green coffee and the roast some espresso for the clients, but we are offering the full package. It includes the story, the brand development, the story behind the brand, and how to make easier way to get in the market with specific product. Yeah, at the moment we are offering from these 250 B2B monthly clients, 29 at the moment, it's around 100 is clients which are buying from us full service, including water treatment systems, equipment, barista trainings, and coffee. And these are well-known brands we are looking for, and we are happy for that these companies gave us a chance to work exclusively with them. So it means that they trust our expertise. Last year for us was quite significant because we became first company in Baltics which has B Corp certification, which is high standard of ESG risk management. And we are happy to do that, and it proves that our way of managing ESG risks is on high standards. B Corp certification works in these five impact zones. Yeah, if you want to know more, you can find all the information in our homepage. Regarding the coffee, our main supplier, so we are working only with the fresh crop coffees in different regions, around 10 regions around the world. But our main coffee supplier is Sun Coffee from Brazil, and we are really happy to work with them. We usually every year we go to see them, how they are working, and what we can do together to improve our cooperation and all industry. So that's why at the moment I want to give the word to our partner from Brazil, from Minas Gerais, Alan.
Hello, Gatis. Thank you so much. And it's really a pleasure to join you guys from Brazil, and even more so to talk about Kalve, which has been a great partner for the last 4 years. And really extraordinary that we find so much alignment between these two companies, not only in business practices, but also in different ways that we can convey our business to generate a positive impact. So first, I just wanted to show you on this photo what the facilities in Brazil look like. Sun Coffee is located, as Gatti said, in Minas Gerais state, which is one of the largest producing areas in the country. We are that warehouse that you can see in the photo, right next to a small city, and all these mountains are surrounded by coffee fields. Our mission statement is Sun Coffee is established as a cooperative, independent, just like Kalve. We are also part of the B Corp movement, so B Corp certified, focused really on high quality specialty coffees in Brazil, and also with this very strong commitment to our impacts, both socially and environmentally. I will also give you just a very quick overview of some of the numbers behind this company. So this co-op is actually formed by 20 different member farms. So these farms, they own the co-op, those facilities that we saw. We also work with roughly 350 other producers from the region. So we can also say 350 different families. These are coffee growers, and they are located in 17 different municipalities around this area. In total, all these areas combined, they make roughly 9.5 thousand hectares in coffee. And last year, we were able to export roughly 65,000 bags, and that's roughly 200 containers to over 40 countries around the world. And here I have to also say that I feel like Kalve nowadays is really world-class in terms of management, their facilities, roasting, and how they approach the business as a direct trade model that enables both of us to create more value and to share these value with coffee growers. And again, this is also how we can use this direct trade as a tool to make improvements in their lives and have a much better record in terms of social responsibility, environmental responsibility. And the beauty of the model is that with all of that, we are still able to increase quality of the coffee because it's fully transparent and traceable. And perhaps with that, Gatis, we can move on to the B Corp slide. Again, this is just a great framework that we have, both companies have been using to really understand what are our impacts and how we can organize our business in a way that can build very strong value for shareholders, but also that we are fully aware of the situation for any stakeholder. Here, we will not have enough time to talk about different initiatives, but I invite you to also visit our channels, both Sen Coffee and Kalve, if you are interested to know more. And perhaps that is where I finish, Gatis. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Alan. Alan will be here in the Q&A session, so feel free to ask some questions to Alan. So next slide is we want to show the history of development in the company. I don't think you have to put in a lot of effort just to understand numbers, but with this slide, I want to show the growth of the company. And I think the important part is that CAGR number from 2019 to 2023 was 63%, despite that in 2019 was COVID, which was quite tough times for the industry, and from 2022 to 2023, you can see that growth in the revenue was higher than coffee total sales. It means that we are getting more efficient for each kg we are roasting. And one more number I want to talk about is zero waste coffee sold. So it means the growth was significant. It means 21.7 tons of coffee in 2023 was sold without packaging. It means that our B2B clients and B2C clients, they are taking part in this culture to change the habits in the way to not to produce more waste. So, Jānis, there's some slides for you as well.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Gatis, for letting me talk about the financials as well. We've heard a lot about coffee, also about the culture, but I'm happy to give you a little bit of insights about our financials. I think we can describe the past and 2023 as like the period with good growth. We started with good growth year on year. Margins were not huge, but we still recorded profits every year, which I think is amazing when you start a business. Now in 2024, we can observe two things. We are continuing to grow. We have sold 16% more coffee in the first 9 months in 2024 compared to 23, and our revenue went up by 40%. We already reached 2.5 million euro this year, which is actually the same amount which we recorded last year in the 12 months. And it's also great to see that both segments, the B2C and the B2B, are contributing to this growth. Number two, we are starting to become more productive. The margins were not very high so last year, but now with the efficiency we have increased in the coffee shops and also in the production facilities and the roastery place, we can really see that we start leveraging on the economies of scale. Our EBIT and EBITDA margins have already surpassed the 10% hurdle, and we are looking to continue that growth as well. So based on that performance in 2024 and based on our financial model, which is very detailed, we have a management guidance of 1.2 million euro in terms of EBITDA.
Thank you, Jānis. And I get a lot of questions. So why IPO? Why we didn't use some another financing models, for example, a private entity or institutional investors? And the idea is that, as I mentioned before, we in all decisions we are sticking to our guidelines, which are our values, and one of our main value is accessibility. And of course, if we could talk about financing and to be more accessible, not only to Kalve team members and to be able to get the best people in the company, and we want to be more accessible as a company to our loyal clients. So this is a logical step to go IPO. And of course, for us as a young company, usually it's maybe it's hard to work with the key account clients because we are a quite new company, you know, and that's why alongside B Corp, IPO is quite proof of good governance in the company. And of course, for growth, we are looking for extra financing. So when we want to balance our capital structure, so before till this day, we were working with Altum. So yeah, now we see that we are able to balance this capital structure. Regarding the key details about IPO, maybe you already know, but it's open for about a week. So the end period is 29th of November of 3:30 of Latvian time. Settlement of offering will be held in 4th of December. Price per one share is 6 euros. And we are offering in Latvia and in Riga. We are looking, Jans, maybe you will.
Yeah, great. So happy to do so. So we are looking to raise up to 1.5 million euro by issuing up to 250,000 shares. So now the question is, where do we want to invest it? We want to invest around 550,000 into the expansion with the aim to open new coffee shops in the Baltic states in the upcoming years. We have also set aside 225,000, so approximately, to improve our production and roastery facilities and also to become more efficient. And we want to grow our e-commerce platform. So we are looking to invest about 125,000 euro in this part of the business as well. A little bit more about the insights of the valuation. So the pre-money valuation is 6 million euro. This is based on our EBITDA guidance of 1.2 million and assuming that we are raising at least 1 million euro in this IPO. It's also considering that we had a pre-IPO and IPO so investment from the Bertans family, which invested at the same valuation as the IPO. And we also want to stress, although we are a new company, so relatively new company, the company has always worked in a profitable way. So we are really confident that we can continue and grow that profit.
Yeah, why it would be interesting for investors. I think the main thing is that we choose the quite growing industry, which means specialty coffee. If we take a look on data in what is in different institutions regarding Europe, prediction to 2030, the CAGR for specialty coffee is around 15%, and for commercial coffee is only 3%. So it means that there is huge potential in growth in Europe. Of course, there will be shareholder loyalty program, which we will open after IPO. But I can tell you, everybody will be happy with that. You have to buy 100 shares, and it will be related with our products and services. And actually, we have already a loyalty program in coffee shops. If you don't have shares, you can go and buy 5 drinks and you get 6 for free. So I think it's important that in this investment you can easily follow, because you can see our products and service like in daily basis, and I think this is a good opportunity to invest in business which is sustainable, which is responsible, and where is the history growth, and management works on base of good governance standards. So these are the main things. So thank you for your time, and let's go for questions.
Yes, thank you for the presentation. Before we jump to the questions, I'll remind the participants that questions can be submitted by writing in the Q&A box that you see below the presentation. The first question, and the most often heard question, is in regards to the loyalty program for investors. How will it look like, and what are the requirements for participation?
Yes, requirement is you have to buy 100 stocks to get this to become to qualify to this program, and the program will be of course from our products and the service what we are producing. So this is what I can tell you, and we are not opening this program because our IPO is quite small if we compare it to different IPOs, and of course we want to live in like ideal world that the investment is based on the belief on our company, on our story, of our way of doing business, where beneficials are not only shareholders but all stakeholders.
Thank you. Given the sustained upward trend in coffee commodity prices, how is this affecting Kalve's coffee operations and profitability? Also, how are you impacted by climate change?
Really good question. And actually, what we can see at the moment, today, the price for the green coffee, Arabic in the New York Stock Exchange for commodity coffee, is actually the highest point we had. The increase of green coffee in this year was 67%. At the moment, the price for 1 kg of commercial coffee, which is low quality, is around 5.8 euros per kg. Of course, we are working with only direct trade principle, so it means that we are how our coffee price is made, that we have the stock market price plus quality index. So it means that we are already buying coffee with a higher price, and we manage our price policy that we used to already work with high price coffees. But of course, if coffee price goes up for 50% as a green coffee, for example, it means that in the end part it will increase around 10%. And of course, we have to take a look on our cash flow, and we have to adjust these prices.
Thank you. Let's talk about the competitive landscape. What is Kalve's competitive advantage to other European coffee producers?
Yes, as I mentioned before, there are quite a lot of small specialty coffee roasters. But as I told before, our business is a little bit different because we want not to compete with different specialty coffee roasters, of course, with them as well. But our main mission is to work with to compete with the commercial coffee, and so this is the main thing. Of course, competition. There is competition, but in the future, to decide in which market we will go into, we will make a huge analysis of the market, and of course, we don't want to go in the markets which are quite developed already. So that's why we open our coffee shop in Germany, because it's more sort of big market with a long history of coffee drinking production and drinking culture. But despite that, for example, Germany is around like 10 years. UK market, specialty coffee market, is 10 years ahead of Germany, for example.
Thank you. Another brand, Caffeine, offers biological coffee, assumingly organic coffee. Why is it missing in Kalve's offering?
It's not missing. We usually have in our portfolio like organic certified coffees as well. What is really important that I think that most important thing is that you don't have to have some small amount of certified coffees, but how is your supply chain looks overall. And that's why we are really happy to work with Sun Coffee Cooperative. They produce certified organic coffee, but despite that, the practice of how they produce in coffee is really sustainable and beneficial for community and environment as well. So I can show that all the coffees we are selling are with a high standard. Despite that, there is no certification.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about Kalve's future plans. Are there any plans for expansion beyond Latvia's borders? Let's say other Baltic states or Central Europe?
Yes, we are planning next year to open at least 6 coffee shops in Baltic states. We already have 2 agreements in one in Tallinn, one in Vilnius. So we are in the process of scouting the best locations to open the coffee shops. So next year is growth is in Baltic states and starting 2026, of course, we are looking to scale our business outside of Baltic states, and this is the answer.
Right. What makes you think there will be a demand for Kalve coffee outside Latvia? Is it worth expanding outside Baltics?
Is it worth it? Of course, because we have quite big ambitions, and we think that we can be competitive in different markets, not only in Latvian or Baltic states. That's why we opened the coffee shop with the partners in Germany to understand how our coffee concept is working in different markets, and of course how is to operate the business outside the Baltic states. And there is big potential, and our analysis showed that we can try that, and our experience with this German coffee shop case shows that there is demand. As I mentioned before, the biggest market of specialty coffee shops is in Czech Republic, and I don't remember precise number, but there was something around in Prague, something around 170 specialty coffee shops, and it shows that that market is changing and it's switching from commercial coffee up to specialty coffee, and we are in good timing. I think like because of that coffee culture is changing, and we are here and we can take our chance.
What makes you think there will be a What is Kalve's strategy for e-commerce development? To how many countries does Kalve currently ship from its e-store?
I checked the statistics today. So, of course, majority is in Latvia. Then second place is Estonia. Then goes Germany. And then we ship to Lithuania, to Poland, to Denmark, to USA. And as I mentioned before, that this is we think that quite scalable business, and we have to put a lot of effort to develop our e-commerce service in both ways. So not only UX experience in buying coffee, but to getting coffee as well. And we have in mind new e-commerce products, which is related with private label, and not only in B2C segment, but in B2B segment. So we see that this part, like e-commerce, is one of the most scalable segments.
Mm-hmm. Couple of investors are also requesting some additional information about the dividend payouts. So what are the plans for the dividend payouts? How much percentage from the profit would that be?
Yes, so let me answer that. I think we need to be fair that in the next 2 years we plan to invest our profit into growth. We need the money first to expand to the Baltics, so next year, and then in 2026, even beyond the Baltics. So the idea is to keep that profit inside the company and invest it into growth. Then afterwards, we will also review our dividend policy, and then of course we will think about the investors as well. But I think it's key that we grow first to be in a very healthy position to pay the dividends.
Thank you. How many shares will be issued? How big part of the company would be sold to the investors?
Yeah, here we are selling up to 250,000 shares, which is up to 1.5 million euro. And this would represent 20% of the ownership after the IPO.
An investor or potential investor asks about the possibility to buy Kalve Coffee shares after the offering period end. Would that be possible?
Yes. So with the shares admitted to trading on Nasdaq First North Riga, anyone will be able to trade it. I want to mention one more thing that exists shareholders. At the moment, we are signed 18-month lockup agreement. So it means that we are here for the long run.
There are commercial coffee beans available in stores that cost the same or even more than some of Kalve's offerings. Can you elaborate on how the pricing generally works out, given your focus on quality and higher green coffee purchase price?
Yes, it's true. You will always will be able to find more expensive coffees and actually more cheaper coffees as Kalve Coffee. Usually if you talk about commercial coffee market, usually you are paying not for the quality, but actually you're paying for the story, for the brand. So our main goal is to provide the best possible price performance, or we want to deliver the best quality for the price in our products. So this will be the answer.
Is there something unique in your business that is difficult to replicate by competitors?
I think that there's not one or two things. I think there's a lot of small details, and the first thing is the vision, how we see the coffee market, and the next thing is can you deliver that? So we are really happy that we have like high competent team, self-motivated team. So everybody can buy the roaster and try to roast it, but there's a lot of small challenges to deal with, and it's hard to just read the book and do that. So there's no non-specific thing, but I think there's like understanding of the market, what is the people are looking for today, and what they will be looking after 5 years. And you have to have ability, competence, and the knowledge how to get to this point and deliver your setup.
Let's talk financials. Can you tell us about current balance sheet? Do you have any current or long-term debt?
Yes, so we have some long-term debt. We have some debt, some loans from like Altum to support our growth so far. I think in 2025 we focus on the money we receive from the IPO, and then we might look for the growth in 26, 27 to look for like some new ways of financing that growth together with the profit we are making. Yes, so there is some debt. You can look at the IPO document for the balance sheet.
You mentioned EBITDA beforehand. Can you also bring out actual net income metrics, meaning historical or expected net profit margin or EPS expectation?
So last year we had a net profit around 40,000 euro. But for the history, you can also see the financial statements in the IPO document. And we want to keep the only forward-looking statement. We want to keep it to the EBITDA, which is 1.2 million EBITDA next year.
Thank you. Can you share in broad strokes what is the cost structure of running your business?
Yeah, so I think here it's very, very so diverse because we have two different businesses. So the B2C business, which is mainly the coffee shops. Here we have a lot of costs on the selling side, so in the marketing and sales of our P&L. While in the production and in the B2B segment, we see more costs in the gross margin. So here, so when you evaluate our profit and loss and the margins, you need to see how both business segments are so developing over time to make the right conclusion.
Thank you. And currently, the last question that we've received, do you have future share dilution policy or expectation? Are there lots of share options for current workers, for example? And if there are, how much of shares are allocated for that purpose?
Yes, you can find all information in an information document regarding the share option in workers. It's for us, it's the first step to the IPO, and it's only the start of our journey. Of course, at the moment we have share options for K personnel, and of course in the future we want to develop the share option positions in different positions. So we are working on that as well.
Thank you. There are no more questions received at the given moment, but let me end with a comment received from one of the participants who is raising a mug of freshly brewed IPO espresso to a successful offering and wishes you best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Participants, we are ready to close the call, so I'm giving the last final words to the speakers.
Yes, so if you are here, so it means that you are interested, and I recommend you go through the information document if you didn't do that yet. So take a look at all the info in our homepage and make a decision. So, and best of luck to all of you.
And us.
Yeah, and us, yes.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us
Thank
today.
you.
Goodbye.